Welcome to the TYCAST. It is Thursday. What is it? It's March 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Welcome to the TYCAST. It is episode number 44. It's good to be with you. It's good to be here. It's been 2 weeks. We've been going on bi-weekly the last couple of weeks, and it's been, I'm going to be honest, it's been a nice little break. So, we're talking about A Link to the Past tonight. What's up, Disc? How's it going? And it's our video game book club episode. So let's get into my lovely panel. Let me change this over. Oh, we're popping out the top. Hold up. Let me fix you guys. Ooh, slide down a little bit. All right, there we go. Aaron at Beach Pizza Gaming. How's it going, man?
Hey, it's going good.
Hey.
Good to see everybody. You guys all look great.
Everyone looks fantastic tonight.
I'm excited to talk about Super Nintendo games.
All of them.
Nintendo game. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can talk about all of them.
All right, it's just the Super Nintendo episode now?
Yep.
How you been, Aaron?
Yep.
It's been a few
Ghost was all about it. I have been good. Yeah, I have been good. I haven't been doing a ton of gaming. I bought Elden Ring finally. I broke my game buying freeze and I bought Elden Ring. And I played like an hour of it. And yeah, that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
How you liking it?
I like it. I'm just afraid of it because I will play those games for hundreds of hours. Just like Breath of the Wild and the other games like Dark Souls 2 and Demon Souls. They're gonna take a lot of time. So I'm afraid to like fully commit myself to it. I'm afraid of commitment right now.
So what you're saying is you're afraid of commitment. It's good to have you. It's been a few weeks. It's always good to have you. Did you pick anything up? Oh no, you just said you didn't pick anything up. Except for Elden Souls. Yes. Elden Souls. Perfect.
That's funny.
That was a setup.
That was it. Yeah.
Right on. Keezus at Keezus_. How's it going, man? How you been?
Good. I'm good. I'm back for another video game topic episode.
The book club. I was looking through because I knew I wasn't gonna beat it, so I was trying to I saw your last post on YouTube where you were like right where I kind of finished. I was like, where did I? And I didn't get very far. I only played on stream. I only streamed like 3 or 4 times, and it was the bunny. The bunny ruined me, and I know it wasn't very very far, honestly, but I saw where. I didn't actually see what happened, but you like teleported up above and then you got into the castle, and I never got into that castle. So, but I was busy. So what? But you beat A Link to the Past.
I did.
Like a bunch of people, I saw posts in their end screens in the Discord, like yesterday, or the last like couple days, and so I was excited to see everyone finishing it. I should have. I'm bad at my own freaking video game book club. But what else have you been up to?
A lot of Elden Ring.
Yeah. Elden Souls.
A lot of Elden Souls.
What so
Pokemon Unite, that's about it.
Yeah, I've been seeing you stream.
Oh, and Monster Hunter. I forgot I haven't started Monster Hunter yet. So
yeah, I've been seeing the so I saw your like pivot on Elden Ring, and then I saw you streaming Monster Hunter, and always Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite I was really into, and then it got really intense really fast, and I was like, this isn't the game that I thought it was going to be, and so I've kind of shied away from that. I like the idea of it, but I don't know, MOBAs are intimidating. People get way too intense with MOBAs. But yeah, so you first were not a fan of Elden Ring, and then you kind of...
No, the first 3 hours, first of all, being new to Souls games, the first 3 hours not knowing any of the buttons, not knowing what I'm doing, and the game also doesn't help because it doesn't tell you what you're doing. It's just like, explore. I'm like, okay, I'll explore, not knowing that they have overworld bosses like every 5 feet that already just push you in, and I was like, oh, this is a Souls game, huh? All right, GG. Once I learned, I was like, all right, it's an RPG.
Yeah. What? So are you finding it like super difficult? Are you dying a lot?
Yes and no. Once you learn the level up system and how it all flows together, I was sort of on game level par, then got a little overpowered. Then the game said, "Nope, not today," and now I'm back and I feel under leveled again. So
Right on. Did you pick up anything recently?
just Elden Ring.
Yeah,
I
just
really
Elden
haven't
Ring.
been buying games.
I'm the same.
I've been stuck.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here. It's always good to have you, man. Luke at Lukester Lee, you beat Link to the Past too. What else have you been up to?
I did. I have been playing Ocarina of Time actually ever since I
Mm-hmm.
beat Link to the Past. Having a blast doing that. I didn't think I
Nice.
would actually like going back to it, but I've been really enjoying it for
How,
sure.
how have you ever? Did you ever beat Ocarina of Time before?
Like when I was maybe 12 years
Oh,
old, and I
okay.
don't remember how I beat it, if I did it with a strategy guide or just on my own. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I see.
So long.
I never beat any of those. I wasn't my first Zelda. I just completed in December. It was Breath of the Wild, and it was not like a completion run at all. It was just to beat Ganon, and I was like, okay, I feel successful.
I still have not beaten that, but like I kind of want to still keep playing Zelda games after I beat Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, it's a good it's I have this like kind of like undertone like desire to play through all of them eventually, and I that's why I kind of beat myself up over not getting through A Link to the Past. It was like this was a perfect opportunity for me to actually get through it, and this month was just so out of control, and I was super busy. So I commend all of you that actually got all the way through it. We've been doing some long games, and even though this one wasn't as long as the last couple, it's a long, hard, frustrating game for sure.
It was definitely a little challenge.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here. It's good to have you back. Did you pick anything up? Did you pick anything else up?
Oh, yeah, triangle strategy.
Oh, nice. How do you like that?
I actually really like that.
I played the demo and I enjoyed it, but I knew it was something that I was gonna have to sink a lot of time into, and I was like,
It's a lot of reading. There's
less
of the strategy side, and there's a lot of story. There's a lot of that.
I noticed all the reading, just even in the demo. I was like, holy hell! I played for like 40 minutes at first, and I was like, I haven't done anything yet. It was just reading all the dialogue, and so, but I enjoyed the combat system. Well, thanks for being here.
Not a problem.
Sally at Retro Arcade Party. How's it going? How you been?
Good. Very good. I'm sorry I picked such a frustrating game.
Oh, are you feeling attacked by the comments?
No, because it's an amazing game and I think everyone should play it.
Frustrated. It wasn't as bad as Donkey Kong Country. So.
Donkey Kong Country. I beat Donkey Kong Country. I didn't beat A Link to the Past.
Oh.
Time restraints.
What have you been playing lately, Sally?
Fuck video games. I met Tynology in person this weekend.
Yes,
Hello.
yes. I crossed the very intense border to Canada to come see Montreal, and Sally showed me around a beautiful city, and it was a blast. We had such a good time. We played 0 video games that whole trip. That was a mission.
Break from video games.
Yeah, we threw axes and we played pool, and it was an awesome time. I know you haven't picked anything up.
I did buy Elden Ring. I just
you did buy Elden Ring.
I haven't spent a lot of time on it. Keep getting my ass kicked by non-bosses. So the next time I get in there, I'm a little intimidated, but it seems fun. I like collecting things and exploring open world, so I feel like it's up my alley, I hope.
It's gonna be like one of those like 3-year games for you, I feel like.
Wow, maybe 5.
Thanks for being here. It was great to finally meet you in person, and thanks for showing me Montreal.
Thank you for coming.
Of course, it was a good vacation weekend to get out of the country finally in for the first time in like 4 years. So, thanks for being here. Also, after the episode, Sal and I we've been on this Cuphead series, and so when we're done, we're gonna continue we're gonna try to beat a boss after the episode. So if we're live,
3 a.m. then.
yeah, exactly. Last time we streamed for 4 hours and did not beat a single boss last week.
Boy.
And
Do you
so
think your communication and like teamwork will improve now that you've met each other and
Hopefully.
maybe.
this team building
Hopefully.
experience? Over the
Yeah. Although everything we did in real life was all competitive, so maybe it'll.
It's the Cuphead connection.
Yeah. So yeah, stick around until after we're gonna hop on some Cuphead. And if I still have the issue with the void, I was on customer support to try to fix my audio issues, and so if we go into the void, then we're just gonna play Clubhouse games. And so we'll something, maybe Mario Kart. So after the episode, we're doing a little post show. But thank you, Sally, for being here. It's always a pleasure. Brittany at Skriller Wolf, how's it going? How you been?
Good.
Good.
Overall. Yeah.
Good overall.
Yeah.
What have you been playing lately?
Just Outer Wilds. I played some more Killzone Mercenary on the Vita, and then I've been playing that Neopets DS game I got. The puzzle game.
Yeah.
But I plugged it in and I played that for like a good 2 hours, and then I was like, holy crap, I just wasted 2 hours playing this DS game when I should be like trying to beat other games. But that's been fun. Yeah, those are basically the only ones I've been playing. I squeezed in some Link to the Past today, and I played a little bit at the start of the month, so probably cumulative like hour and a half.
Yeah. It's tough. I'm like, and that's the thing is I don't want to like whoever wants to hop into it, hop out of it. Like, it's awesome to see like so many people like powering through these games, and I struggle with that, and it's just like whatever, we're just like all in the same boat. And so some people will beat it, some people will dabble in it, some people have already beat it and they either want to revisit it. I like, it's been fun seeing all the different aspects of it. So I'm excited to talk to you about like your experience with it. Did you pick anything up?
The only things I got was my friend sent me a belated birthday gift, and it's an Uncharted chip.
Nice. That's awesome.
So-
cool.
Yeah, he sent it to me for my birthday, so I got that. And then I picked up the 3DS had like a sale on Capcom published games,
Yeah.
and they had some stuff like ridiculously cheap. So they had the Ace Attorney games, the 2 3DS exclusive ones, which you can't get physically here, and I would import them, but the only imports I have are in Japanese, so they wouldn't be in English.
Oh yeah. That's a
so-
tough game to play in
Yeah,
Japanese.
I was like, oh, I'll get a physical, and I looked up, and it never got like an Asian English release or a European release. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to get them digitally at some point, and they happen to be on sale for $5 each.
Mhm.
So I picked up the 2 that were exclusive, and then I randomly bought what is it called? Resident Evil 3D Mercenaries. It was $2. So I was like, oh, it's a 3DS exclusive. I'll pick it up.
Nice. That's awesome. I saw the 3DS was doing some big sales and stuff now that it's shutting down, sadly.
Yeah, I'm hoping they do some. I hope Nintendo does some first party sales, because they have some like classic games that have like special 3D effects going on with them. I know Kirby's Adventure is one of them, and there's a bunch of Genesis games that have like special 3D features. But I think they're first party published through Nintendo, so hopefully those go on sale, because I'd like to scoop up some of those too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You can get those physically, right? Can't you get a physical Sega Classics 3D? Not the Nintendo ones, though.
There might be one.
I don't know.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
thought there
I'm pretty
was.
Sure there is.
I'm not sure.
I bought a couple individual ones. Like I bought Sonic 3D.
Oh, yeah.
I think Space Harrier maybe. They're pretty
I-
cool. It's
I
too
know-
bad those are gonna like go away.
Yeah,
Or not,
I know
you
there's
know,
like
yeah.
Echo the Dolphin and stuff too.
Yeah.
I was hoping, I was like, oh, I'll just buy the NES Remix collection, and then I realized that it's all like miniature versions of those games, so you can't actually play the full
Right.
game on that cartridge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's awesome. I want to check out the 3DS stuff, definitely. Thank you everyone in the chat for keeping it active. Chris at Toaster Dog, how's it going, man? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a little bit. You've been busy. What have you been up to?
So the only reason I'm going to mention this is because I hit champ in Rocket League. So
Ooh, nice.
Me and a bunch of my friends and even my brother started playing Lost Ark several weeks ago when it came out, and I spent way too many hours in that. And then by the time I got to level 50, nobody else wanted to play, so I stopped playing that.
So
I've been playing 13 Sentinels. I think I'm getting pretty close to being done with it. But I've had some other distractions like Link to the Past.
yeah.
I haven't finished it yet.
How are you enjoying that? I'm very intrigued by it.
I really enjoy it.
Good.
I don't want to give too much.
Oh yeah, I know it. I know it. There's a lot of spoilery stuff. So
And then I have some pickups.
Nice.
I got Bug Fables. for
Bug
Switch.
Fables. I heard that's like the like true Paper Mario like
Yeah.
type of game, right?
Yep. I got
Nice.
Castlevania Anniversary Collection.
Cool.
The light is not very good right now. There we go. And then I also got the classic edition of Castlevania.
Nice.
Which
That's
it
awesome.
looks like the NES box, the old ones. And then I also got the collector's edition of Bug Fables, which is huge.
Aw.
Hey.
So I'm
Wow.
excited to open it. That came yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to open them yet, but that's what I've been up to recently.
Nice. That's awesome. I bought the digital version of the Castlevania collection. It was like when the Sega Genesis came onto the expansion pack for SNES Online. I saw it as like, oh, you can buy all the Castlevania games. Like all the games that you could buy separately all went on sale, and so I bought that like for like $5 or something. And I think I bought the Genesis, like the Sega Classics or whatever, that was on sale too.
Nice.
But I'd like to. I need more. You guys got me into limited run games, but I still, my first ones aren't here yet, and so now I'm like, I want to get
They're
them.
coming soon.
So I hope so.
Surprise.
Oh wait, my Scott Pilgrim KO edition finally came.
Oh,
in.
you got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
After, like,
That's a
year
cool.
later,
That's a cool
but
game.
I never finished it. I was playing with Liz. We never finished it.
We played that. Played a little bit of that at Too Many Games last year.
Yep.
That was fun. I enjoyed that thoroughly. All right. It is the Video Game Book Club. A Link to the Past. Sally, you nominated The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Yay.
We were going over all your nominations.
She got her wish.
Yeah. And you actually threw in a bunch of non-Zelda games in the middle of your streak of Zelda nominations, but by far you nominated Zelda games, and so it seemed like a lot of people were pumped on A Link to the Past, and I'm sorry I didn't beat it. I feel bad that I did not beat it. I haven't
Understand.
expressed that
Sure.
yet. I want to complete it because I actually really enjoyed what I played, but I got, you guys intimidated me with the later parts of the game, and then I got lost being a bunny, and so I was like, you know what, never mind. I was gonna dive into it today, but I had too much stuff to set up for this episode. I still don't, so full disclosure, I don't have the audio versions up of 2 weeks ago's episode because it keeps airing out on my platform, and so I'm still troubleshooting that. So these two episodes will probably go up back to back. It's on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. So if you're looking for last or 2 weeks ago's episode, it's on the YouTube channel. But so A Link to the Past. Oh, Did that work, Jesus? Oh, I think it's YT.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it did work. Yeah, YT. Yeah. Oh, it's actually not on that channel. It's on the it's on the
Yeah,
separate
right.
channel. Yeah.
Damn.
I appreciate the
channel.
effort. Yeah, it's not. If you search TYCAST on YouTube, it's on that channel. All right, Link to the Past. Aaron, I know you were pumped about this game.
Yeah, and I still didn't finish it.
I know you've been busy too. This was a
been.
busy
So-
month for a lot of us.
I really do love this game, and I think that the things that, like I said, even though I didn't beat it, I've played it. Like, this is the furthest I got, actually. I'm like halfway through, and I enjoy every time I play it. What made it difficult right now, or playing through it like over the past few weeks, is using a guide and trying to finish it in like a certain amount of time. Because what happens, like the first time that I played it and I got like, I don't know, a few hours in, I really loved it. I didn't use a guide. I just went wherever I wanted to go and kind of figured things out. When I'm using a guide with games like this, games that were, you know, developed in the late 80s and early 90s, where, you know, you were meant to find out like that you had to bomb this wall behind this guy, like from a friend at school, you know,
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
game was supposed to take you like months and months and months, or like a year or years to beat. Trying to use a guide to finish it in like a certain amount of time, at some point it takes away like the best part of the game, which is like the discovery and figuring things out on your own. So that's probably why I didn't finish it, because I would start to play it and I'd play it for like 45 minutes or an hour, and I'd be following this guide like telling me what to do, and it would take away some of like the Zelda magic that really is what these games are about. So I'm going to finish the rest of it, I think, without using a guide, unless like I really get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that will make it more enjoyable for me. But even without that, you know, if I like, when it throws me into a dungeon, I'll start that without reading a guide, and, you know, see how far I can make it before I get a little bit frustrated. And the last one was like, at what point are we going to talk about spoilers?
Save spoilers. We'll do a second round with spoilers of like past a certain point. But
So there's a dungeon, one of the dungeons, and I don't have to say which one it is, or, I mean, it's a Zelda game. There's dungeons in it. Hopefully nobody considers that a spoiler, but so one of them was a little bit confusing, and I looked up a guide for one thing, and that guide confused me even more, because it said to skip a thing that I had already done, and it turned that dungeon into a nightmare. So like, I feel like I really kind of screwed myself by not using a guide and then starting halfway through using a guide. And it's like the original Karate Kid, when they're like, Daniel-san, you do karate? Good. You know do karate? Good. You do karate maybe? You know? Like, it's like that. So, like, I kind of messed up by using a guide halfway through. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. I understand.
Anyways, I still, like, I love the game. I want to finish it. Everything about it I think is great. I didn't find, like, you know, other than being a little bit confusing and taking a little bit longer than you'd want it to. You know, again, these games were designed where, you know, where you bought like, you know, 3 or 4 games a year, and that was that game like had to last you, you know? And it's just not like that anymore. Now people want to finish games in 12 hours, 14 hours, and I'm kind of the same way. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was struggling with that because I tried to not use a guide, and I got to the bunny part, and then I was like, oh, I don't know what to do now. And by the time I was there, I was like, do I really want to start using a guide right now? And there's a lot of debate with specifically with Zelda games, with the like, okay, if you're going to use a guide, does it defeat the magic of the Zelda exploration, you know, mechanic, like, or whatever it would be. And it's tough. I'm really, really torn on that, because I don't typically lean into games where I have to use a guide to get through them. At least get through them, like if something takes me, 10 minutes to figure out like a little puzzle or something, and then that's fine. But if it's gonna take me like 2 weeks to figure out where I'm supposed to go next, and it's over like 10 square miles of map or something,
Right.
like that type of, it loses me at that point. And so
And I think that's where games have evolved to have better like tutorials and maybe better hints or better guidance, even though some people would call it hand holding. And
yeah,
some games aren't like that, like like Jesus was saying, like Elden Ring. And I know this because I just started it. It basically
Yeah.
throws you into the world and it's like, whatever direction you want to, it kind of guides you a little bit with the, like when you're, I forget what they're called, but you rest at
The grace points.
yeah.
I did
Kinda
not
go-
understand those for the first day and a half I played that game. It would just it shoots a little light beam, and it's like, this is where your general direction of where you're supposed
Right.
to go,
Right.
but you don't have to go. I was like, okay.
So I feel like, I feel like games do a better job now of giving you some guidance, and I feel like games back then, like even the original Zelda, they had secrets that you would really have a tough time figuring out without, like I said, like reading a guide or hearing it from somebody else, or a rumor at school that you're supposed to do this year.
yeah, no, for sure. It's a different game these days than it was back then. Absolutely. And I know we talk about that a lot, like especially on the Discord. We were talking like the and on the podcast, like games were designed, like we were talking about rental. Like you couldn't have a game that you could beat if you spent 72 hours straight powering through a game on a 3-day rental. Like that was a hurdle for game designers, and so that played a part into like making it where you just had to wander around until you figure out what you're supposed to do next, or you get lost. And that's definitely a thing. And so that's why I'm torn, because of the differences in game design nowadays. Like it perplexes me why like I know I enjoy the exploration, but to an extent. Like I don't know.
If you're not rushed to do it, and we had plenty of time. We had a month.
I think we had over a month.
I'm making excuses at this point, but if I was just playing it just to play it, and I wasn't looking at a guide, it would be even more enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy it. Like, never mind the exploration, basically you're leveling up by getting hearts, and you're finding different items, and the gameplay is really, really good. Like the controls are tight. The graphics for its time are amazing. There's so many good things about it.
Yeah, for sure. Keezus, when did you complete it? Yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday.
Nice. I was watching some of your videos today. What was is this your first playthrough?
It absolutely is.
I figured. Actually, I saw Kenny's comment on the video I commented on about it being your first playthrough. Now that I think about it, what was your overall impression of it? What'd you like? What'd you not like?
There was a hot period where I loved it. Then a hot period where I had no idea. So it wasn't traversing the dungeons that was a problem. It was the little like puzzles in the dungeon that were the problem.
Yeah.
Because they weren't obvious puzzles sometimes. It'd be like you have to push this block a certain way.
Oh yeah.
In order to progress. And I'm like, who the hell would push every single block to learn this?
Yeah.
Who would sit here and learn this? Like, who thought of this?
I hit one of those, and I was like, "What the hell? What? Like, why would that be? Like, it wasn't intuitive at all. Like, it was like there were three like stones, and one you had to push
Mm-hmm.
straight down, and that's unlocked the door. I'm like, okay, like come on.
It was puzzles like that, and then I was in this one dungeon, non-spoiler, but there was like a little secret part where you had to use the Pegasus boots to run into one block so it would bounce you over a ravine, so you could go into a secret area. And I was like, who would just run into a block like this?
I
Who
ran.
said let me try this? Oh, cool, it could happen.
That's what
I know
that's
exactly
that-
what part you're talking about.
that's the thing that it's like that Aaron was talking about, like you have the like a friend of a friend's like, oh dude, gotta run into this block with the Pegasus boots, like at school. That's how it was all word of mouth stuff. It's like old cheat codes. It's like, oh, if you push ABAC ABB on Mortal Kombat, you get the blood. Like, don't tell your parents. It's on the down low.
Just real quick, I think Nintendo knows this about their Zelda games, because I'm sure Sally can confirm this as well, but like, we played a lot of Breath of the Wild, and I still see things all the time about Breath of the Wild that I'm like, what? You can do that in that game? So I think they know that that's part of the thing with Zelda and what makes it good. But yeah, it's stuff like that.
Yeah,
Jesus is saying, yeah.
exactly. So this isn't really spoilers, pretty early, but like just even knocking the translator book thing to get into the desert, whatever thing, I was like, I had to look that up because I was like, I don't know where to go. So I went all the way to the desert. I was like, I can't read anything. I don't know what to do. And then I think I was streaming it, and someone's like, oh, go back to the city. I'm like, oh, what? Like, okay, now I have to go. I have to like wander all the way back to the city, and then run into a bookshelf, like face first into a bookshelf, and then that was the key to unlocking that dungeon or whatever. And the dumb part, I think what lost me was that I had to do all of that twice because I screwed up my save state, and I accidentally loaded my old save state, and I did the whole thing again. And at that point I was like, I don't know. Like, I lost some motivation with that one. That was pretty hard to take. Even though it only took me like 20 minutes to get all the way back through it, but still, I was like, it took me like an hour and a half to get through the first time. So I don't know. I agree with the weird random like puzzles that aren't logical. It's just like you just have to try every single combination of stuff. Yeah.
Is there a hint somewhere? Did somebody beat this without using a guide?
Sally, did you?
No,
No.
I'm
used-
sure I got stuck somewhere.
I'll say unless
I
you
got
knew the
stuck a
game
couple
beforehand.
times.
I'm just wondering if there was a hint somewhere, since
the
you already
book?
said it, Ty.
Someone tells you.
When you
There's
run
a hint
into
in
that
the book.
bookshelf to get that book down.
Yeah, I think there
Yeah,
is a
when
hint
you-
for that, and I just didn't. I
Is
missed
there?
it. I think if you talk to someone in the city, they'll tell you to do that.
Yeah, they like tell you to run into trees, and stuff falls out of the trees. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna run into everything.
just
See what
sprint into everything. Yeah. But yeah, I agree, Keezus. Luke, what about you? What was your? When did you beat it? You beat it pretty quickly, because you're already back. You're already on to Ocarina.
Yeah, about mid-month, I think. and
Oh,
then
okay,
it's-
nice.
Yeah, overall, very pleasant experience. I'd say it wasn't. I didn't think it was too difficult.
How
I really
much?
like the music.
Yeah, the music. So I love like the fact that every time you walked out and it played the the main overworld theme, like that was all. Every time it played, I would get like the chills. Like that, I like that composition of the song. It's probably one of my favorite ones. I agree with the music.
I
What?
actually looked up the composer, just some facts. The composer was Koji Kondo, and I
Mhm.
guess he did music for a lot of Zelda games: Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, and most recently he actually did music for Super Mario Odyssey. So he's still
Oh.
actually composing or helping with composing.
That's what trips me out. It's like nothing makes me feel more old than the fact that like Sakurai, like he like created like Kirby, but then he's still like in the mix of it. I'm like, oh my god, like and he looks like 10 years younger than I do. And then just like,
There's a lot of Nintendo people still at Nintendo.
yeah,
doing the,
yeah,
doing the
it's
Nintendo
pretty,
thing.
it's pretty
They're loving their life,
surprising when
man.
you like dig into it.
yeah, I love it. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, no one ages at Nintendo.
I think the only bosses, like the two bosses that annoyed me, was like the huge worm on the platform that knocks you over. It can, like, knock you off, and then you have to start all over.
I didn't get to that
And
one.
then
I had such
maybe
a
the
tough time
last
with
boss
that
too.
when I played it. When I played it on the Super Nintendo, like original hardware, but I think I used save states. So like the first time he knocked me off when I was playing on the Switch, I just was like, okay, I'm
Hey, come
reloading.
back.
Yeah. But other than that, it was very fun. I would say it enters into my top 5 SNES games I've ever played.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah, we'll get to
definitely a
we'll
very
get to
experience.
final reviews at the end, and then also I didn't mention, but we are announcing the nominations for the video game book club number 9, and we introduced, Sally, it was your idea to, we like, because we did like a Halloween episode, like October edition, where we did all horror games, and then for some reason every book club game after that was horror games for the next like four months since. I know Toast took offense to that. And so this month it's National Women's Month in the US, and it was perfect to coincide all of our nominations with games that had female protagonists. And so we got some great game nominations that we'll reveal at the end of the episode. So stick around for that. And yeah, Sally, you nominated The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. When did you actually play this game?
Oh my god. Maybe I don't remember, 2017?
20s. Okay. Was that the last time you played it?
Yes, I played it once and that's it.
And you're
What's
done?
it?
That's pretty recent, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I
mean-
was expecting like
Was that the first time you ever played it?
Yeah, first and last time.
Crazy.
Was
That's
it
fun.
after Breath of the Wild, like, or was
Oh,
it
yeah,
before
that's a
Breath of
good-
the Wild?
it's a good
That
question.
I don't remember. I think I wanted to beat it before Breath of the Wild, yeah.
Okay, I was curious.
Okay. Oh, that was a great question, because I know, yeah, 2017.
yeah, that came
2017
out
was a big
in March.
Zelda.
2017.
Yeah, Zelda year. What were your what made you want to nominate it? Because I know you nominated a bunch of different Zelda games, and
Yeah, I wanted, a really impactful Zelda game that, was just known universally as like the best. So I
yeah,
always went for Ocarina. I I didn't go for Breath of the Wild because I know it's a long game, but I always went for Ocarina, and then I said I'll do Link to the Past because I know that's a lot of people's favorite games. That's what they started with. For me, I actually played Link Between Worlds first.
mm,
So that was like the sequel to Link to the Past. So I actually played that one first and I fell in love with it because I just love the top-down Zeldas. I'm more into the 2D Zelda games. So I
yeah,
fell in love with that, and then I said I have to play this one because everyone says that Link to the Past is amazing, and I played it and I also fell in love with it. They're just so well designed, and I think everyone needs to play it, needs
needs
to
to
beat
play it.
it.
Needs to be. Oh, there it is. There's that. There it is. Yeah,
I know. I also get stuck. I get stuck in
yeah,
all Zelda games, especially if I leave it for a long time. I get lost, and I do have to look up where the hell am I supposed to go. But when you get through that, when you just get a little bit of a hint, and when you're stuck, then you're good to go on your way.
yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, maybe if I didn't go out of town this weekend, I could have beaten this game. You know?
Whoa, don't blame me.
I'm just playing. No, I fully intend to, like, it's going to be a long process, but I do want to play through all of the Zelda games. Not in like chronological order, but I loved Breath of the Wild, and I struggled with that for years, and so it was so satisfying, and so I feel like most Zelda games are probably the same way. So, is there anything that you didn't like about Link to the Past?
Gosh, if I remember, just I think getting lost,
Yeah,
not knowing that, you have to push this block or,
yeah,
that
that
kind of stuff.
yeah. Does it
I
get
did have.
worse? Does it get worse? Like, I think that my block pushing one was like in that second temple before you get the Master Sword, like the desert one. I think there's like a random block I had to push that was like, I don't know what to do, and I looked it up finally.
I feel like I think I told you this, that if you do actually spend time talking to the townspeople, they do actually give you hints on what you're supposed to do. And sometimes I would just go forward, and then later on I'd go talk to the townspeople, and they would tell you exactly, go here. And this is with all Zelda games. They would
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell
yeah,
you, go do this. Oh, there may be a false wall. Oh, there may be something you have to bomb. And they would give you little hints like that you would in the moment when you're there, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't care about what this is.
How do you know that?
So you just go on, and when I see a block of text, I'm like, what the? I just want to go on and
yeah,
explore.
exactly,
I
exactly.
just bypass that block of text, and then later on, you're like, oh wait, that person was probably giving you some sort of a hint, and I just completely ignored it. So pay
No.
attention to what they're saying, because they actually do help you. They give you little tips
All
on
right,
what to do.
all right, good to know. I'd like to not. There's no way. I gotta use a guide, but I want to beat through it. I want to get through it. Brittany,
Yes.
I know we discussed that you only got through a small part of the game, but actually, sorry, Brittany, you might have experienced this before I get to you. Did anyone find the combat mechanics frustrating?
Yeah.
You just whack your sword.
Yeah, but I hate that it would be like
no.
it was like huh, huh, like, and then if someone like came from over here, you're like, and then you turn left and you go huh, but it wouldn't actually hit it, and then you turn right and then they'd hit you.
There's
It's like you just like a
absolute
weird.
delay
It's like
somewhere.
there-
There's delay somewhere.
but also like there's
there's
blind
Weird, like
spots.
timing and
Yeah.
aim involved.
There's an
The
angle
character
of
has to be-
attack, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facing like the direction of whatever enemy is attacking you.
yeah. That, but also like, but you also sometimes the way he swipes, if they're like 1 degree off center, they can just come straight at you, and your sword will never hit them. That's the thing that bugged me. It's like if you're facing forward, you hit like slightly off center to right, or I think it's to the right, and so you can hit things coming to your right, but then you can't hit things coming from your left, and then if you turn, you still don't always get all the way to the right. Like, it's like this weird like
I
pie piece.
I have to throw this out there while you're mentioning this.
Okay.
This game released in '91, which means it was probably made in the late '80s.
Yeah.
Let's give it a little bit of slack with the hitboxes.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Did
Fair.
you get the
Fair.
spin
Fair.
attack yet?
Fair.
Tim?
The what?
Did you get the spin attack yet?
No, I don't think I got the spin attack. I had the charge. The charge. Do you always have the charge? I don't know.
You can charge early.
Yeah, I got the charge, but
Don't you have the
Start with
spin
the spin
attack
attack?
like right away? I think you start with it. don't you?
maybe I just didn't know how to use
You
it.
just gotta hold. Yeah, you gotta hold down the attack button.
Yeah.
and-
Keys, I saw you using that all like the whole time when I was like looking at your video where I was, and I was like, shit.
Oh yeah, against
I
the
was like,
worms.
I was like, shit, did I have that this whole time? I don't think I realized that I could use that. But I finally, like halfway through, I realized that I could do the charge thing. But yeah, I don't know. I like, to your point, Aaron. Yes, the game mechanics are actually very, very good for how old this game is. I got more frustrated with like a little fucking bat flying at me, and it's like wiggling, and my sword's just like missing every single shot. He's coming just straight at me. I'm just missing him, and then he just like just takes that half heart. I'm like, damn it! Just like I'm like, I was ready for you, and I could not like outsmart them. Little things like that. Like I was like, but and also that it like swings to one side. That was just I found that weird instead of it swiping across the front. Like that's what I was expecting it to like swipe across the front, not from like here to here type of thing. But that was my only mechanic annoyance. Sorry, Brittany. What were your thoughts in the period that you played?
So I mainly only played the beginning, and then I've watched like gameplay from other parts of the game. But I think some of the most interesting things, to me at least, is I believe it's considered one of the first kind of open world-esque games. I know the first one is considered open world as well, but this one kind of expanded upon that, and I think that's pretty cool. That there's not really loading screens for everything. You can kind of walk around, and the map is just there.
Yeah,
And
you can kind of go everywhere right away.
Yeah,
I
it
realized.
feels very connected, and it it feels kind of like a precursor to RPGs now. I do the lack of like logic stuff for the puzzles is a little frustrating, but I get it from like the perspective of game development stuff for during the time of the 80s, and they couldn't make games super long, so they would usually just like lengthen them by making stuff really really difficult or making stuff kind of dumb like that. Like just like having to try to figure out random jumps and stuff. But one of the things I think that stuck out the most to me is just how cinematic the opening of the game is. Like as somebody who really enjoys like cutscene heavy games, the opening cutscene is very like reminiscent of kind of what you would see in RPG now, where it gives you like this overview of what is going on in the world and the story up until that point, and it gives you like this little opening where somebody like leaves your room, and it's like you walk outside and the music just immediately starts and it's raining, and I don't know, the whole game. And like even when I got to the part where you find Zelda, so I didn't get very far in the game, but even that part, like all of it felt like as cutscene as it can for a system like the Super Nintendo, which I thought was just really really cool. Like how I guess like story intensive it is, because I was just like, oh, I can see a lot of like parallels between this and like a modern lore heavy like RPG opening. They're trying to world build and build up these characters and kind of really fully immerse you. And I didn't play for very long, but I don't really feel immersed when it comes to retro games. Like I don't feel like I'm inside of a world that often. Like I can pop in Castlevania and I just feel like some goofball barbarian jumping around smacking bats. But like this, I played it and I was like, oh, okay. Like I feel like I am a hero going on this like epic adventure.
Yeah, it is a very very like three-dimensional type of game with like you feel for these characters, and it is very cinematic, which is it's funny because I never played any of these games growing up. I played a lot of like arcadey action platform type of games, and so this was it's crazy to see even like the 3D Triforce coming together. Every time I see that, I'm like, oh, I get like chills, like that how old this game was, and how they just like built all this lore into it. I have to say one thing. I was the one thing with like who is it? Your uncle or the old guy's
my uncle who was like obsessed with Dark Souls.
No. Sorry, not your uncle. In the game, the guy that's like it's like stay in the house. It's like too dangerous to leave.
Yeah.
And then and then you get into the castle. And he's like, "What? You're here? All right, we'll take all my weapons. Go do it for like it's all yours. Like now. Take it. Like
I'm dead now.
like it's like it's all on you now. Like it's such a and I know I'm ripping on very like minor like
very tropey things.
Yeah, exactly. But I gotta laugh about that.
Fun trope though. Like,
and is he like 13 or something in this game?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like
younger?
that.
I don't know. I laughed at that hard.
It's just interesting because there's that's one of the tropes that has been like heavily used. Like Dragon Quest uses that, Pokemon uses that.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I can't think of any more off the top of my head, but there's a lot of JRPGs that, of course, use it. There's probably some Western games, but it's just cool to see how much. Obviously, this game inspired a lot of other games, and again, this game being a game from '91, there wasn't like a whole ton of stuff until kind of later in the '90s that was so like story centric. It was still very much like games are to get high scores, games are to be arcadey, games are to like exclusively be played and not very much like have a story. And then
Mhm.
you get games like this, and then you get like Super Metroid and you know the JRPGs and stuff that release on Super Nintendo and Final Fantasy and stuff, and it all just kind of grows more dynamic. But at the same time, like nothing is quite like Link to the Past in a sense where the world feels like a three-dimensional open world
Yeah,
RPG.
yeah, for sure. Chris, Toaster Dog, what so you beat this game. You have a storied history with this game over the last couple months. You wanna dive into that real quick?
So just for clarification, I beat the game technically today at like 12:30.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was shocked. I saw that come in. I was like, whoa. I thought for like actually a month ago I thought you had already beat the game.
So I started streaming this, I think it might have been last year,
Yeah.
not too long ago, and I played probably close to half of it on stream. But during that time, and I'm going to talk about bad things first, just because to get them out of the way.
Yeah.
There was a part that I can remember where you had to use the hook shot, right hook shot, and you had to shoot it across a cliff, but you couldn't see the block
Oh my god.
that you were
Yeah.
supposed to attach
That
to.
doesn't surprise me.
And, like, just that one thing, like, made me wanna not continue. I'm like, "That's just dumb." But that wasn't the worst. Even following a guide, there were things uh, that just were, in my opinion, dumb. Um, I have 2 instances. One is in the Ice Palace. One of the rooms is completely, the floor is completely iced, and there's a stairway you have to go down, but you have to dash down the stairway. You cannot walk down the stairway, and there's, like, a spinning flame ball in the room, and you will get hit if you try to go down without dashing. And I died, like, 3 times in that room just because where else do you have to dash down the stairs? Nowhere.
Brother.
It's just stuff like
Oh
that is just
man.
aggravating to me. But the thing that takes the cake is what is called the Wall Master, which is the hand enemy.
Oh God, I hate that.
If you get hit by that, you are instantly teleported to the beginning of the dungeon. Killing them in the room won't matter. They'll respawn after like, I don't know, 15 seconds maybe. Um, that, in my opinion, has to be one of the worst enemies that I've ever encountered in all of my gaming career. It's just
Wow.
it's ridiculous. And some of the later dungeons, like there's 5 enemies on the screen and you have to deal with that thing too. So, yeah, anyway, so I wanted to love this game so much. And I loved like the first maybe 3 or 4 dungeons. And I bet if there was no pressure for me to finish this game, I probably could do it with a lot of time for sure and a
Mhm.
lot of patience. But I think what Aaron said really kind of hit the nail on the head. So this was a game that was created in a different time, and if this was the only game I had back in the early '90s, like this would have been a masterpiece. Like this would have had
Yeah.
my attention for a long, long time. There's no doubt about it. Um, and the other thing that I really want to say is that the pixel art is gorgeous,
Yeah, it
and
is beautiful.
the music and sound design is so good, except for the freaking low health warning. Holy cow!
Oh
No way.
yeah.
That's
That's
stressful.
it is so stressful.
Ugh.
That is
You never
blood
hear that when
pressure
you use
raising.
save states.
So yeah,
You hear
it's one of
one
those.
beep. You're like, or
Yeah, but
the rewind on Switch.
that's another one of those like age things. Like if they would have programmed, like a red border around the screen, it would have been way better. But that just wasn't a thing back then,
Yeah.
and nobody had thought of it. So I definitely I forgive it for its age. it is really fun to play, but it just wasn't the right time for me to play it right now, I don't think.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we're gonna go through and give everyone's final takes. It's 10:03. We're gonna give one final round of what everyone's like overall, because we've been scoring games for every book club for all of us, and then after that we're gonna announce all the nominations for next month's video game book club, which we're not going to do an episode next week, but I will do a video. I'm going to post a video onto YouTube and Instagram, and I'll post on Twitter too, announcing the final rankings of how the votes took place with the video game book club voting. So we'll do that, and then in 2 weeks we'll reconvene for another TYCAST episode, and we'll rehash that, and then we'll have a topic to talk about, and we'll see how everyone's doing with that next game, because it'll be a week after that. So final scores out of 10. We do scores out of 10. You can do decimals, as many decimals as you want. If you want to get really, really intricate with your score rating. Aaron, what do you rate? And you can split it too. If you're like the time, like especially with retro games, I understand that a rating at the time could not be the rating now that
at the time, this game's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Now, after some of the games that I've played, that even kind of copied Zelda, I would say it's, I haven't finished it yet, but I love it when I'm playing it. I love pretty much everything about it. So I would go with an 8.75 out of 10.
8.75. I like that. I like that fraction. Keezus, what about you?
Well, I mean, basically, it's just the original Elden Ring. So I'm gonna give it 8 fuck Ganons out of 10.
I didn't get to the fuck Ganons.
No, you don't want to.
Yeah.
Shout out to the speedrunning community, because I would have not known what the hell to do for Ganon. I was stuck on that motherfucker for like an hour, but we're good. We're good.
I appreciate your honesty with that. Luke, what about you?
I'm gonna give it 18.5 heart pieces out of 20.
Okay, we'll do some math. 18.5 heart pieces. What that's
9.2.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. That's how many heart
Solid.
containers I got. So.
Solid. Sally, this is a tricky question for you. You nominated this game. This was the game that you're like, you know what? Out of every game in the world that I want to nominate,
With Ocarina, and I said I'll go with this one.
what would you rank it out of everything?
Fucking 10, of course.
Fucking 10. Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm basing my rating, by the way, like on like comparing SNES games, not to today's games.
Yeah, like at the time.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah,
I just based my rating on how much I enjoyed it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm fine with like you can qualify your rating. No judgment. It's just to like, I mean, a lot of people play a game like with the mindset that they're playing it from 20 years ago, 30. Oh my god, I'm old. 30 years ago. 30 years ago or more. And then some people like they don't have that pedigree of games to compare against, and so they've only played modern games. They're like, what the hell is this that I'm dealing with? And so I'm all for qualifying your ratings. Skrill, I know you didn't get very far, but give me your rating.
It's not quite as good as and engaging as the Neopets DS game.
That sucked you in.
I don't know why it sucked me in for so long. Jeremy came out and he's like, "Oh, have you been playing that the whole time?" I'm like, yeah, and he's like, "Oh, it's like 2.5 hours." Oh.
Like, oh no.
So for what I played of it, I would say like 7.5.
Okay.
7.5.
For sure.
Oh, that's for just the beginning. That's actually pretty hype.
It was like I said.
I love the beginning.
Was really
I love the beginning.
I'm more scared now because everybody's like, "Oh yeah, the end sucks," and I was like, oh, "All right, play halfway through and then quit." Got it.
That's what happened to me.
Well, the thing is, the first 3 dungeons, literally, I saw Ken Y himself beat in like an hour, and I was like, maybe it's me. Maybe I just don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
But then you get to the second part, and it's like, yo, these are so much longer. What's going on? So, take that as you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I always saw Link to the Past, I always thought those 3 dungeons were it. And I was like, whoa, there's way more to the...
When I started, I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get the master. That was my goal today. I was like, okay, I'm gonna dive back in. I'm gonna beat this last dungeon. I'm gonna get the master sword, and then I'm practically done with it.
I'm like, okay, we go to Ganon now. It's like,
let's do it.
That's what I did in Breath of the Wild.
That's the tutorial.
Yeah.
It's a 3 dungeon tutorial at the beginning.
Pretty much.
I'll probably revisit it on like actual. I think we have it all on like physical hardware, and I know Jeremy wants to play it, so I'll probably revisit it at some point.
Good luck. That'll be an exciting adventure.
And by we, I mean I'll have a guide open and I'll tell Jeremy what to do the whole time.
I mean, there are several times where I died and I was like, nope, we're rewinding this. Like,
that could actually be an enjoyable way to play it on original hardware with a guide telling somebody else what to do. That could be a good two-player experience.
It could be like a co-op, like a true co-op.
I call that co-op RPG. Do that.
That's what we do for that's what we've been doing for Castlevania. We've been playing Rondo of Blood, and Jeremy will play like, because you're supposed to play, there's 2 different characters in Rondo and you swap between the 2, so I'll play one character, the easier to play character, and he'll play the other, and we'll swap back and forth to unlock everything. So
yeah,
pretty fun.
I like that. It's a good couple activity. Chris, what about you? What do you I'm curious about your rating.
One thing that I forgot to mention, what the allure for this game was, in Japan there was a release of this on the Satellaview,
which
was
for
the Super Famicom, and they had a version of this that you could follow along as you were listening to a narrator over the radio waves. And I thought that was really awesome. So, and I actually picked up a copy of the Japanese soundtrack.
What?
It's like a
2-disc
thing.
Damn.
It's actually really expensive, and I'm probably going to end up selling it, but I thought it was really cool because it has some of the drama stuff on there. It's in Japanese, but I still think it's cool.
That's awesome.
Does it play on your CD player?
I haven't tried it, but I don't see why it wouldn't.
I know DVDs and stuff are sometimes locked. I don't know about music.
Music should be fine.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
it doesn't say anything about it being region locked or anything.
No,
like that.
CDs I don't think have any like region stuff.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm positive that.
So back in the day, I think I would be probably closer to Luke with this, getting at least a low 9 something.
Ooh, that's higher than I thought from you.
But for me now, it's probably more like an 8.5, maybe.
Oh, okay, for sure. That makes sense. I can see that. So yeah, obviously I didn't get as far as most of you guys, and so I loved the beginning of this game. Even like I like the hard bosses and stuff like that. I didn't get to the hardest bosses, but I really enjoyed it. I'd probably give it a good 8.75. Aaron, did you give it an 8.75 too? Shit. Mm-hmm. I'll give it an 8.
That's cool.
I'll give it an 8.
My score.
No, I'll give it an 8.76. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Gotta one up you. No, but I dread the stuff that everyone was running into that is would probably drop it. But I think it for, especially when put into perspective of how like old this game is, which, yeah, man, every time I say that I'm like, it it dates me. The mechanics and the how complex everything is, like if you took away all the really annoying shit from it, then it would be, I feel like, I mean, it feels like a masterpiece for its time. If they were able to redo this kind of the way that they did with Link's Awakening, and although I wish they would introduce more complex systems into stuff like that. Like if they got rid of all the annoyances of trying to just wander around and figure out, push fucking rocks into the walls and stuff like that, then I feel like that would go a long way. But what is going on in the chat? Sorry. I looked over for a split second, and I try to keep up, but yeah, I'll get 8.76 just to one up Aaron. And with that, I wasn't quite prepared for our video game book club number 9. In 1 week, we will announce the winners. We have a week of voting, so everyone, we have 11 nominations for the video game book club number 9. And I'm going to try to pull up stuff as we do it. But Aaron, I'm starting with your game, and hopefully this works. Let's see. That doesn't work. Okay. Hold on. New source. I have to change the source.
Hold on. Can Luke guess?
Oh,
what it
yeah,
is?
Luke, guess what it is.
Is it Life is Strange?
Still
laughing.
Hey.
It is.
Excellent.
Yes. It is.
I always wanted to play that.
I was gonna nominate it, and I'm like, no, somebody else is gonna nominate it.
All right, Aaron, talk about your nomination, Life is Strange.
It's a great game. Just play it. No, it's I think before I played that game, I didn't play many games like it. It's like you do have it's a third person view, so you do control a character in a third person view, but it's not like a lot of action. Like you're not aiming a gun, you're not, picking things up and throwing them at people and taking cover, and you're basically controlling a character and making decisions and finding things, and the story, I mean, at one point I played video games mostly for the stories, and I don't know why, because most video game stories are completely forgettable. There are obviously exceptions, but the story to this is great, and I'm not gonna get too much into it, but the story is great. It's memorable. It's my wife and I both played it at the same time. Like we played at the beginning of it together, and then I went off and played it on my laptop, and she played it on the PS4, and we both like absolutely loved it and loved the story. And we talked about our decisions afterwards, because you do make decisions and the story will change based on those decisions. And it's cool, like after you finish a chapter, it will tell you like the decision you made compared to what other people made for a decision. And yeah, there's a lot of good things about it. Great story, great characters, very memorable, unique, and really accessible. It's not a difficult game. You can play it on like anything. I think you can play it on your iPhone. So yeah, you can play it on like anything. So yeah.
Awesome. I'm playing the wrong one. Keezus, what's your nomination?
Unbeatable White Label. The same one that Eddie nominated last time.
Yeah.
Unbeatable.
It looks awesome. I love the art of this game.
I just never have played many of rhythm games and was like, this looks cool from last time, and I kind of do want to play it anyway. So I'm just like, and it's got cool animations. So
Yeah.
like, it's top tier.
This looks cool. I want to play this regardless. This looks awesome. I should clarify. I mentioned it earlier, but we're doing a basically we narrowed down the nominations to be games with female protagonists in celebration of National Women's Month, and so that's why like the games that we're all nominating all have female protagonists in them that we're going to be playing over the next month. I just wanted to clarify that because we wanted to. And Luke, what's your nomination? Actually, I'm not actually ready for you. Am I ready for you? Luke, what was your nomination? Yes, I am ready for you. Luke, what is your nomination?
Tomb Raider 2013.
Yes.
The whole reboot.
I almost I was going to nominate that, and then I changed it to Life is Strange because I said I
Really?
don't want to let Luke down.
So
And what did you do? You picked the one I was going to pick. Perfect.
So this was the first Tomb Raider game I ever played. So I never played the old ones, and I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I love the story. I love everything that Lara has to go through for the journey that you play. It's really good.
Nice.
I guess I would compare it to like a Michael Bay film if a Michael Bay film was like good.
If it was good. What? So okay, Aaron, you said that your game is on like it's pretty much on everything. It's now on it's on Switch now.
You can buy it on
Every platform. Keys Unbeatable, is that only on Steam?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay. And then Luke, what platforms are Tomb Raider 2013 on?
I think it's on most platforms. It's on Steam, it's on Xbox and PlayStation.
Okay.
I think it's
On the
only
digital.
not on Switch.
Only
Yeah,
not
not
on.
on
So
Switch,
everything
yeah.
except for
Which is
Switch.
weird. It'd make for a great Switch port.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would work fine on Switch.
Yeah.
I would describe it as basically it's kind of like Uncharted,
Yeah, it is very,
Yeah.
very, very similar.
and Uncharted is kind of like the original Tomb Raiders.
Yeah. So this
So-
it's definitely a lot more based on Uncharted. It's also like the tombs in it and stuff and the puzzles, a lot of them are optional, so you don't have to go and do every single puzzle, which is nice.
That's such a great game. That is
Yeah,
a
it's,
great game.
so it's like there was Tomb Raider and then Uncharted based on Tomb Raider and then Tomb Raider based on Uncharted. Is that what we're getting at?
Yep.
I think they're all based on Indiana Jones.
Indiana
anyways.
Jones, yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. George Lucas, Star Wars, Akira Kurosawa. Right? Is that where it all originates? Is that, or did I miss? Did I?
Something like that.
So, I don't know. Whatever. Sally, welcome.
Yeah.
What was your nomination?
Celeste.
Yeah,
I have that game.
I think,
Haven't finished it.
yeah,
Me too.
I think I have
I
it.
think a lot of people have this game.
I
So
like my blood pressure where it is.
yeah. So Sally, please explain your nomination.
I have no idea about this game, but I got it because
It is Super
you
Meat Boy.
I love platformers, and I always wanted to play this. And I've seen a couple of gameplays of it, and I love the music, and I love the whole, syncing of, jumps and
Yeah,
combat
timing.
the timing of it, Katana Zero-ish. And I think I bought it last summer, and I never played it yet.
So I should clarify that I also nominated Celeste. So there's 2 Celeste nominations, and I also bought it last year and never played it. But yeah, there's only one voting for it, but because So I did my nomination before anyone else did, and so this is the only double, but there's only one way to vote for it, even though there's 2 nominations for it. But yeah, so that's my nomination too. I feel like I should clarify. Who all owns Celeste here?
I do.
Awkward.
It's in that background, man.
Keys is like, nope.
It's in the Ukraine bundle. If
Yeah.
you need
But yeah,
it.
it's only
Oh,
10
Yeah.
bucks.
$10.
I just bought that. Can I like? And I already own it. Can I gift that?
You should just get a. You should just get a key.
You
Can I
can
get
just
the
give
key?
the code to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
If you
Yours.
want it. Oh, thank you.
All right. Ask who owns it again, and everybody raise your hand.
Who owns it?
I already own it.
Oh.
I'm good.
What?
Oh, I guess
Jesus, you might as well. You gotta. So now you own it. I will say this: if that game wins and you start it, don't stop for like a week and then go back to it, because I did that, and I don't remember what I was doing, and now I feel like.
Oh,
I
do you
have to
get
start it
lost in
all
that game
over.
too?
No, you don't get lost. You
Oh, just the
forget
rhythm?
the controls.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
timing.
Okay.
But
you
it's not,
scared
it
the
isn't that
shit out of me.
frustrating. No, it's not like that.
God.
It's not that frustrating because there's like, you basically start over like
Right there. Yeah.
instantly.
That's
So
why.
it's-
Yeah, that's why I loved Katana Zero. I was like, okay, I can get through this one little section, even if it's
Yeah.
really, really hard. If it takes me 100 times, I won't get frustrated. If I know that it's just this little part, I will master it. And
Very
so
much
that's
like
why
that. Yeah.
I keyed in on Celeste and I got it on sale last year. And yeah, I've been meaning to play it. So that's why I nominated it. Thank you, Sally, for your nomination. Brittany, I'm not ready for you yet. Hold on. What was your I didn't pull all these up. Brittany, you can start talking about your nomination.
So, I chose Transistor. Because
That's
I
good.
haven't played it, and I really, really, really like Bastion and Transistor. Prior to Hades coming out, I heard was Supergiant's like best game, and yeah, it's got a really, really good soundtrack.
Oh
I've
yeah,
listened-
great music.
yeah, I listened to it a ton, and I own it physically, and I've been looking for an excuse to open my collector's edition. So
I'm not playing gameplay. I just realized. This is, oh, here we go. Yeah, it seems like Supergiant has really keyed in on the isometric games.
They're very unique games.
Yeah, I like the art though. So
I think this one is not. It's not a roguelike like Hades, so it shouldn't be quite as difficult. I think it's more akin to Bastion, where you kind of like gain weapons and you power up, and there's like a story and stuff.
got it. Well, thank you for your nom, Skrill. Then Toast. Am I ready for you? Oh yeah. So Toast, what's your nomination?
My alternate nomination was Celeste, but my real nomination is Portal.
That's a good one. I love that
Nice.
game.
Can I play the companion collection? What's that? Is that different?
Oh, that's the one that's coming out on Switch. Isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, it's a Switch port of Portal 1 and 2.
Portal 1 and 2.
That's what popped up when I searched it. No, there's not a whole lot of Portal trailers. There's a teaser trailer from like a long ass time ago. Gameplay. Sorry.
How old the game is.
There might be one on like the Steam page. Usually the
Portal
trailers for-
Reloaded. Is that the same thing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sounds like a mod.
Whatever. It does sound like a mod. God damn it. Portal. We're doing the Portal, like pre-release. Oh, this is stupid. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. Go ahead. Just talk about Portal.
So, I think I found this game. I think I got it as part of like the Orange Box on PC. But I didn't buy it because Portal was in it. I bought it because I think we were like all my college friends were playing like Team Fortress,
Team
2
Fortress,
or
yeah.
Counter Strike or something like that. And one day I just like opened this game and beat the whole thing in like one sitting, and it was just I didn't even know what it was when I opened it, and I just absolutely loved it.
It is a really, like, I love the whole Portal, like the puzzle aspect of Portal. And I played through part of the first one, and I played through part of the second one, so this is a good nomination. Where
First one
what
is shorter, and I think a little less. I remember it being a little less difficult
sure
than the second one, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
where is it available now? Like, obviously PC.
Yeah, PC, and it sounds like Switch soon. I'm not sure when. There's also, I think, a physical like Xbox 360 era.
Oh yeah,
the orange
Yeah, the
box.
PS3 and Xbox got the orange box.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Other nomination, I'll just pull up the rest of the nominations here. So I nominated Celeste. Aaron, you nominated Life is Strange. Neander Meander nominated Tomb Raider Underworld, which it looks like that was after the Tomb Raider reboot, 2013. No, is it before?
Underworld was prior, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
Maybe
a
I saw something.
360 game.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think I
Yeah,
have
it's
that,
360 PS3.
I think it's also on PC. I think he said it was on PC too. I need to double check. But that's Neander Meander's nomination was Tomb Raider Underworld. Luke, yours was Tomb Raider 2013. Keezus, yours was Unbeatable White Label. Toast Portal. Sally Celeste. Nettie nominated Sayonara Wild Hearts, which had a good showing in votes last month. Russ Cryo Weasel nominated Bayonetta, which is, Aaron, where can you play Bayonetta right now other than the Wii U?
On Switch.
The original Bayonetta,
Yeah.
almost anything. You
Oh,
play
it's
it
on- it's all over?
PS3, don't do that. You can play it on Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4.
Oh, okay.
PC.
It's okay. It's okay. That's fine. As long as it's on
Switch,
like PC,
everything.
PS4, stuff like
Everything.
that. Oh, it's on
The
Switch.
PS3
The Bayonetta 1's on
It's
Switch.
on Switch.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
the PS3 port is very bad. Don't buy it
Yeah,
on
That's
Don't
what
do
I.
it.
That's what I heard. Or that's what. Yeah.
Although that's how I originally played it, and I absolutely loved it.
And then Skrull, you nominated Transistor, and then Monado Max in with the late nom was Kenna Bridge of Spirits. So
play that.
I own that, and I played like 2 hours of it, and
That game does look pretty adorable.
yeah,
Is that only on PS5 or is that on 4 also?
I think it's on PS4 as well.
Yeah.
I think it's PS5, PS4.
Yeah.
So if you are viewing TYCAST panel members, don't use the normal vote link because it takes me way too much time to separate. And so I made a separate link for you guys. I'll drop it in the Discord. Everyone else, the vote, the link to vote for your games to play for the next Video Game Book Club is Tynology.com/vote. You guys will get a different one. If you submit to this one, you're just fucking me up. So I'll drop it in the Discord. But let's vote, and then I'll do a little short video in a week because we're not doing another episode for 2 weeks, and we'll reveal what game gets picked after all the voting takes place. With that said, thank you all for... Oh, sorry, I'm still on the... There we go. Thank you all for being here. It was a great episode. It was fun. Thank you for playing A Link to the Past for the Video Game Book Club number 8. I'm sorry I didn't beat it. I will do my best moving forward to complete the games in the book club. Thank you, Liz. I saw you in the chat all night long. Round 1 needs more booze when in San Francisco when we're there. So stick around. Sally, you and I, we have to beat the genie guy on Cuphead.
Sure.
That's who we're on. Stick around. I'm gonna switch. We're gonna wrap the episode stick around. Sal and I are playing Cuphead because we didn't do it last night. And then thank you all. Hang out. Have a good night. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I hope you are all well. Thank you all. Cheers. And we'll see you. Just I don't know when we'll see you. At least 2 weeks, but probably sooner. Cheers. Adios. Good night. Stick around. We'll be right back.
See you guys.
Bye. Thank you all. You guys are all awesome. Good night.